Hey guys, welcome back to the Final Whistle. This is Mike Dom giving you your sit starts. You know that little spiel that you do.
I can't remember. It's been so long, man. I feel like it's been a month since we recorded.
It's been 2 weeks.
All right. Well, it sounds like a month to me.
You know what week this is?
This
No.
is
Week 11?
Is it week 11 or week 10? Hey guys, welcome back to the Final Whistle. Mike and Dom here. It's been a few weeks, but ready to get your sitting starts for week 11.
Been fucking lazy.
That's right. Week 11 is upon us right now. We're going to give you some good sit-and starts. Let's jump right into the quarterbacks, why don't we?
Go ahead.
Let's keep riding this hot train called Nick Foles. He's been throwing the ball like a savage up and down that field. Keep riding him. 16 of his touchdowns have been away from home. Kind of like that little stat. It's a nice little...
Well, the Eagles can't win at home, so
All right.
yeah.
All of his 16 touchdowns have been thrown on the road.
All their wins are on the road.
All right. So there's your answer. Start Nick Foles. You're going to bench Colin Kaepernick this week unless you're Mike, who's forced to start him because of bad drafting. So start bench.
Down.
All right. Bench Kaepernick. Totaled 107 yards last week, 11 for 22, sacked 6 times. Vernon Davis doesn't know his name right now because he's concussed. However, I heard he might play. But the fact that he might not play, it's not adding up for Kaepernick. Don't like him. Bench him unless your name is Mike Washington and you're an orange shirt.
I gotta play him. It's all right.
All
I'll play
right.
him. It's okay. I have plenty of weapons around him, so I'm okay with it. Speaking of weapons, I'm going to go with a weapon that a lot of people have not used this year. Chris Johnson. Okay? Everybody's hating on CJ2K because he's running like he's CJ no way right now.
That's a good
All
one.
right? That was a good one, right?
That was a good one. I
Yeah.
agree with that one.
All right, so anyways, I got him playing Thursday, okay? He's versus Indy this week. Indy has given up 142 yards on the ground over the last 5 weeks. That's a lot of yards. Not to mention that CJ2K is pretty good at catching the ball out of the backfield. You could see some serious points here from him this week. I'm going to play him this week. He is going to have probably one of his best games of the season this week. I like CJ2K this week, so go ahead and play him on Thursday night, which has been very favorable for running backs this year. Who I'm going to sit? CJ Spiller. He's in the losing end of a timeshare right now with Fred Jackson. He's not getting the goal line carries. He's playing against the number 2 defense against running backs this week in the Jets. It's just not a smart play to play him. I'm not going anywhere near him. If you tried to buy low on him a couple weeks ago, I just don't know how much value you can get out of him. But I would say a good sleeper right now is Shane Vereen. A lot of people dropped him after the injury. I was able to pick him up 2 weeks ago. Now I got him stashed away on my bench. So I got some bye weeks coming up for like Jamal Charles. I have a bye week that was last week. I have a bye week for Marshawn Lynch coming up soon. So
Yeah, next week.
You got some pretty good play here with Shane Vereen to come in. He's going to catch the ball out of the backfield, get about 10 to 15 touches a week. So it's a smart play. Carolina this week. Carolina gives up 5 receptions a game to running backs. It's actually a pretty smart play to play Vereen this week. So there you go with a sleeper. We got wide receivers, though.
Let's stick with Carolina. And I'm going to tell you who you're going to bench first before you start him. So we're going to bench Steve Smith. He's got 42 receptions on the season compared to somebody like Brian Hartline, who's got 43. And you're drafting Smith to be probably a wide receiver 2. Some people wide receiver 1 if they got stuck in that type of draft where they were going all quarterback heavy. So I'm going to sit Steve Smith. Aqib Talib should be back and should be covering him as well, so that just equals a disaster. We're going to start Pierre Garçon this week. Again, he's had another 100-yard game. That's back-to-back, 32 targets. How do you not love that? And Philly ranks really low against wide receivers this season.
He's one of RG3's favorite targets.
Yeah, he loves him. I'm loving Garçon. He's on my team. Ride him.
And, I'm going with tight ends here, and I could say Jordan Reed. That's an obvious. If you love Pierre Garçon, you got to love Jordan Reed. But I'm not going to go there this week. I'm going to go ahead and go with Tim Wright. If you got some people on a bye week or, if you don't have a top 5 tight end, this is actually a really smart play. He's becoming a red zone target. People are trying to take away Vincent Jackson. They just lost Mike James. That's going to be huge. So he's a safety valve right now. Tim Wright, he's a former wide receiver trapped in the tight end's body. He's a good player right now. Glennon likes him. He scored touchdowns in 2 of the last 3 weeks. So he's not a bad play this week. The Falcons are about middle of the road against the pass defense, against the tight end. So he's a good play this week. Who I don't like, same game, Tony Gonzalez. He's 50-50 shot to play right now. Last week he struggled with the toe injury. He barely got anything done. You want to stay away from him this week until he's feeling better, until he's at least 75%. He's not going to be the same guy. He can't cut right now. He's feeling a lot of pain. He's older now. He's not going to be the Tony Gonzalez he was when he doesn't miss games. This guy he's a little bit older now, and this toe injury is really bothering him. So I'm staying away from him. If you do need a sleeper to replace Gonzalez, I'd take a look at Rob Hausler from the Cardinals. It's the super athletic tight end. They haven't really been able to use him all year. Arians' offense is built to use the tight end. You also have Palmer, who loves this tight end. Now, the problem with this is Hausler's been injured all season, so he's finally getting healthy. He scored his first touchdown in his career last week, and I think he's going to be rolling for the next couple weeks. He's going to be a go-to guy in that offense, just in the middle of the offense, just holding down the middle. So take a look at him if you don't have a tight end for this week. Also, we discussed earlier Dennis Pitta.
Yeah, Dennis Pitta would be somebody you want to pick up, possibly stash on your bench. He's not ready for this week, but going forward, if you're looking at your fantasy playoffs, he might be there for you as a good go-to, because I just feel like this year the tight ends aren't as the value just isn't there as much.
You're right. There's probably 5, maybe 6 tight ends that you have that are just upper tier, and now you got a bunch of weak tight ends that only really help you in a PPR league.
And I like the Hausler pick. I actually had him as a sleeper going into the season with Jordan Cameron. I was targeting both of them. I got Jordan Cameron, and Hausler, of course, got hurt during the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So I went away from him. Now he's back. Seems to be living up to somewhat of a hype. So
I like it.
Yep.
But that's all we got for you today, guys. Hope you do well in week 11.
Yeah, it's week 11 already. Just know there's no gray area in these picks. They're just black and white. See you next time.